Hi, this is Hao, and this is just another video of me solving random leet code problems. So, given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. Okay, so we know that input string can be empty, right? And it can contain letters, digits, symbol, or space. So basically anything. So we don't want the repeating characters. So the substring has to be unique, right? So let's look at an example here. I think it's pretty straightforward. If we have B and the length is 1, because we want the unique characters, right? Which is this one. And in this example, the result is ABC, right? It can be ABC, it can be BCA, or CAB, doesn't matter. But I think they want us to return the first longest substring that we found here. And the last example, the first longest substring that we found is WKE, right, which is 3. So PWKE doesn't count here because we skip the W, right? So the substring mean it has to be a continuous string within the original string. So we cannot skip the W here. So this is not valid. So I think we can use two pointers to keep track of the current length of the substring. And we can also have a variable to keep track of the maximum length as we iterating through the input string. So let's draw it out here. Let's say you have T, M, M, U, and then X. My index is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 index. We have two pointer left and right to keep track of the current length of the substring, right? And that can be calculated via R minus L plus 1, right? So if L and R is at 0, we have 0 minus 0 plus 1 is 1, right? Which is T here. If R is here, then we have 2 minus 0. Oh, sorry, 1 minus 0 plus 1 is 2, which is the length of T and N here, right? So that makes sense. Okay. And we do not want repeating characters. So we need something unique, right? So we need a set to keep track of the characters that we have visited. And we also need a max variable, right, to keep track of the maximum length. And we start out at 0. So let's get started. So the first character is T. So if T is not in the set, right, it is a new character. So we can add it to our set. And we can calculate the current length, which is 1. And because 1 is greater than max, we can update the max as well. Same thing here for M. M is not in the set. We add it to the set. We update the current length. The current length is larger than the max, so we also update the max. Next one is also M. So this is a different case. M is already in the set, right? So if we want to, so the next substring that we have to start from is this one right here, right? We have to start from here because we don't want to include the repeating characters M. So in this case, we can just keep iterating, keep increment the left pointer, right? Until S of L is equal to S of R, right? Because we know that the M is a repeating characters. So we want to find the repeating characters on the left side. So let's do that. We increment the L. So first of all, the L is here. So the characters at the L index is t, and t is different than m, so we increment l here. Okay, so now the left and the right have the same characters, so we satisfy our requirement right here, right? And then we want to get rid of the repeating characters, so we have to add one to L after we satisfy this condition. So L would be here, right? And we don't have to update the current length because every time the left pointer is increment, which means our substring is getting smaller and smaller, right? So we don't even have to bother updating the max in this case. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is increment the right pointer to continue, right? U is not in our set. Oh, and before we even do that, let's think about an edge case here. So we have to remove the character in the set every time we increment our left pointer here. So let's just continue, and I will show you an example later of why it matters. So R here. So U is not in the set, so we add it to the set, and we increment. We update the current length, which is 2, and 2 is not greater than 2, so we skip that. We go to X here, not in the set, we add it to the set, update the current length, 3. 3 is bigger than 2, so we update the max in 3, right? So everything works just fine, right? So an SK that I was mentioning earlier is, what if we have another T here? In this case, our longest substring supposed to be this part, right? MUXT, thing of 4. So if we increment our right pointer in this case, it won't work because T is already in our set, right? So in that case, we will have to go ahead and go ahead and increment our left pointer until we satisfy this condition, right? But we don't want that. So that's why I said earlier, every time you increment the left pointer, you need to remove the characters from the set at the left index, right? So earlier the left index is here and here, right? So we need to remove this and remove this. In that case, when we increment the right pointer to letter T, T is no longer in the set, so we can add T here and update our kernel length, right? Which is, what is it? 5. 5 minus 2 plus 1 is 4. And 4 is bigger than 3, so update our maximum to 4. Right? And since we only go one pass, the time complexity is O of n, right? The space is also O of n because we have the set here. In the worst case, the input string only have unique characters. So that is when we have O of n, space complexity. So let's code this up. So we need a set. We have it left and right pointer, left, 0, 0, and the max, 0. We want to return the max at the end, right? And we want to iterate the right pointer to the end of the string. So y, right is less than f of 1. And then we increment the right pointer. And then if else. Okay, so if the current characters, which is s of right, is in the set, right? So set.has, we want to keep incrementing our left pointer until we reach the repeating character. So s of left is not equal to s of right. Then we want to increment the left pointer, right? And after we found the repeating characters, we need to add one to our left pointer again to remove that um, repeating characters. And also don't forget that we also need to remove the character from the left. Remove the character from the set every time we increment our left pointer. So set.delete the character at the left index. Right here. And if the character is not already in the set, we just have to add it to the set. And then we need to update the max, right? If the current length is larger, the current length equal to right minus left plus one. If current length max, then that's equal to current length. Okay. Well, so that's pretty much it. Let's give it a try. And it worked. Submit. Okay. Thank you for watching.